Good evening, everyone. First of all, StormTeam meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now tonight, tomorrow forecast. We've been tracking the strong winds throughout your Sunday afternoon and evening commute, and you can still see the winds are still coming in from the north in parts of our region. Still seeing gusts above 30 miles per hour in Fargo, even stronger gusts in northeast South Dakota, for example. And that's been causing a blowing snow situation down in the southern areas of our region, leading to low visibility at times. And so winter weather advisories have been extended in portions of the Southern Valley until 10 p.m. because of the wind continuously blowing in the southern areas of our region. So let's get right to the forecast to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Again, let's look at the wind speeds. Again, seeing wind gusts up to 38 miles per hour in Fargo, 43 miles per hour in Sisseton, 44 miles per hour in Fergus Falls. So this area that I'm circling with the arrow here, generally the southern Red River Valley and northeast South Dakota, those areas are seeing strong winds, and that's leading to some blowing snow and low visibility at times. And you can see what I mean with the low visibility. We have low visibility out near Fergus Falls, for example, and even lower visibility still in parts of northeast South Dakota and in Traverse County, Minnesota. So if you're heading out tonight, make sure to give yourself some extra time in the roads if you're traveling down south for this evening. Luckily, by the late evening hours, the winds will die down, and so we'll see that visibility improve. As a result of dealing with the that blowing snow situation, we do have winter weather advisories out in Richland County and in portions of Otter Tail County, for example, and Wilkins County as well until 10 p.m., whereas northeast South Dakota is under a winter weather advisory until 1 a.m. So the further south you go, the longer the winds will continue blowing around, the more that blowing snow situation sticks around, and therefore the longer the winter storm alerts. But basically, late Sunday evening, by the time the 10 o'clock show starts, that's when the bulk of our winter weather alerts will expire. And by that point in time, our first low weather day will have expired too, because of the winds dying down. Just to give an example of what we're dealing with, out in Dakota Magic, we still have that snow streaming onto the roads, even with that blue sky out in the horizon, and that's because of the strong winds coming through, picking up the snow on the ground and just dumping it onto the road in the process. That's what we've been seeing all day, and that will continue for the next few hours. So let's take a look at our wind gust planner to show you what I mean by that. Over the next few hours, we'll continue seeing wind gusts above 30 miles per hour in the Southern Valley and Lakes Country, so we'll continue seeing some patchy blowing snow in the Southern Valley and Lakes Country. But I'm thinking by around 10 o'clock, we'll see wind gusts dying down altogether in eastern North Dakota. By midnight, the winds will have died down across most of our region. We'll still have a couple of wind gusts out in portions of Otter Tail County and Douglas County, for example, but the bulk of the southern half of our region will have seen the winds die down sufficiently by midnight to end that blowing snow threat. So I'm thinking by 10 o'clock, by no later than 10 p.m., our first alert weather day will have expired. So by 10 p.m., we're basically done with our first alert weather day. But just to be aware, we'll continue seeing a couple of wind gusts out in Otter Tail County until about midnight. And thereafter, we're looking at a quiet Monday morning commute. We are looking at a standard breeze in Lakes Country, but otherwise, it's a quiet Monday morning. We're just looking at light winds. The blowing snow threat, however, will stop, and so we'll finally get a break from that blowing snow. We'll finally get a quiet Monday morning. In Wahpeton, for example, wind gusts will be above 30 miles per hour until after 1 a.m., at which point we're just looking at a standard breeze in Wahpeton. Overall, a quiet morning expected once the winds die down tonight. In Fargo, we're looking at single-digit temperatures after midnight. Even by 1 a.m., a temperature of 2 degrees, and it will get progressively colder still because of that Arctic air sliding on through. In Grand Forks, we're looking at colder temperatures still, sub-zero temperatures after 10 p.m. By 1 a.m., temperature of 4 below with a north-northwesterly wind at 10 miles per hour. Looking at our first look forecast, you can see that during the overnight hours into your Monday morning commute, the combination of mostly clear, cloud-free skies, which will allow for what's known as radiational cooling, daytime heating basically escaping into outer space in the process, combined with those northwesterly winds, will drop temperatures into the sub-zero range across our region. And will only warm up into the teens above zero tomorrow afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds expected tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon is going to be quiet, like I mentioned, and the blowing snow threat will have died down overnight. We'll basically be done with a blowing snow threat after midnight. And so Monday will be partly sunny and a quiet start to the week, but it's going to be a bitterly cold one with sub-zero lows and teens for the afternoon highs. Again, sub-zero lows like 2 below in Fargo, 5 below in Grand Forks, 11 below in Langdon, versus afternoon highs only in the teens. So tomorrow afternoon, very chilly out there. And the wind chills will be below or still. Yeah, tomorrow morning, wind chills will be in the teens and 20s below zero. And afternoon, we'll actually still see sub-zero wind chills. So just recapping everything, still tracking strong winds over the next few hours, but by 10 p.m., the winds will have sufficiently died down to end the blowing snow threat across the bulk of the southern areas of our region. And after midnight, we're completely done with the threat of blowing snow in northeast South Dakota and by extension our entire region. So over the next few hours, the blowing snow threat goes away. That's the main takeaway from this broadcast right here. And then tomorrow, the other main takeaway, the bitterly cold temperatures settling into a region. Again, partly sunny start to the work week, quiet start to the work week, but it's going to be cold out there with sub-zero lows and highs only in the teens. I'm getting off of here, but I'll be on Valley News Live at 9 and 10. And you can also get the latest weather information on the VNN First Alert Weather app too. And if you're not able to watch any of our shows tonight, you can always watch Assistant Chief Meteorologist Lisa Green on Valley Today, as she'll be on tomorrow. So again, getting off of here, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful